Wishing you a fantabulous day, dear audience. I I'm really delighted to bring to you our another masterclass, the second masterclass by our Mem Bharati. I, Professor Dr. Estamala from Malaysia, CEO founder of Elegant Empire Education, gladly welcome you again to our masterclass on child psychology and you. In our professional masterclass presented by our professional trainer, educator, Ma'am Bharati Kakwani from India. She is not only an enthusiastic and inspiring educator, she is a renowned author, international keynote speaker, global conveyor, motivational speaker, resource person, producer, life coach, and multitasker who is making waves in teaching, consulting, and content creation. Born and brought up in the city of the iconic Taj Mahal, Agra, India. Bharati's career path has evolved from a former primary school teacher to a respected post of principal, reflecting an unwavering commitment to education. This is her second masterclass with us. So, dear audience, stay tuned for another interesting, insightful, and impactful session from Ma'am Bharati. Welcome, Ma'am Bharati. The
Thank
floor
you
is
so
yours.
much, ma'am. Thank you for your warm welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, so I hope everything goes amazing today. And let me share my slide. It is visible.
Not, oh yeah, let me add you. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it is
Yes.
visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So let's start. Welcome everyone. Today we are embarking on an exciting journey into the world of child psychology and your role into it. Throughout this masterclass, we'll explore the fascinating stages of child development and how you can positively influence them. So, I'm Bharti Kakwani, as ma'am has already given my introduction. So, we'll directly come to child psychology and you. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, namaste from the any word of corner you are watching us. So, as educators, we have opportunity to positively impact the lives of children in our classrooms by understanding the basics of child psychology and how our actions can affect child's development. We can create a nurturing and supportive learning environment that promotes positive mental health and well-being. Over the course of this session, we'll explore the fascinating world of child psychology and provide practical tips, strategies that you can use in your day to day teaching. Our goal is to create an engaging and interactive session where you can learn from each other and leave with a deeper understanding of how you can make a difference in the lives of our students. So, understanding child development is something like children grow and change rapidly, passing through distinct stages of development from infancy to adolescence. Each stage brings unique challenges and milestones. Keeping in that mind that individual differences and environmental factors shape child's journey. Child psychology is the study of how children develop emotionally, socially, and cognitively. It explores the factors that influence a child's behavior and personality, including genetics, environment, and experiences. One important concept in child psychology is attachment theory. You know, the way we attach with anyone, even we attach sometimes to our pet, who are, in fact, all the time, if we have pet, we attach to it a lot. So how we cannot be connected to a child? So which suggests that a child's early relationship with their caregivers shape their future social and emotional development. For example, a child has a secure attachment with their caregiver is more likely to be confident and independent later in life. You must have seen the child, those who get proper attention and proper time of their parents, their grandparents, and their teachers, of course. They grow in a different way. They come up with something amazing. They have their unique personalities. They enjoy it a lot. They have spark in their personalities, whereas the children, those who don't get much attention in their childhood, those who don't get time from their parents, they face a lot of issues in that related to mental health and so many other issues. So the role of caregivers and educator matters a lot. You hold a profound influence on child's development. Building secure attachments and providing nurturing environments are key to fostering healthy relationships. So let's explore effective parenting styles and teacher styles and strategies for promoting positive behavior. So, how we can understand child behavior? Children's behavior often reflects their inner thoughts and emotions. By understanding the underlying reasons for behavior, we can respond with empathy and guidance. Let's discuss something like practical approaches for managing challenging behaviors and promoting positive outcomes. And in between, if you found anything to ask, please do type in the chat box, and we'll surely try to respond you in a positive way. So, how our actions affect a child's psychology? As a teacher, your actions can have a profound impact on a child's psychology. Positive behavior such as praising someone or encouragement and support can boost a child. Okay. And it can boost in a positive way, of course, all the time, but if it is positive, then only. Okay. But if it is like negative behaviors like criticism, punishment, neglect, it can damage a child's emotional well-being. It's important to remember that children are highly impressed, impatient and they observe everything around them. Your words, your action can shape their perception of themselves and the world around them. By being mindful of your behavior and actively working to create a positive learning environment, you can help foster healthy psychology development in your students. You just have to take care of every single word you utter in the class, even your action. Long ago, parent come to me in a teacher meeting and told me, please tell that particular friend or teacher, don't pin up her sari in class. And I said, what? She said, yes, my child noticed a lot, and she was telling me that my sometimes she correct in the class, and even they notice how my teacher has made the years. In their childhood, they play games like teacher, and they play game the classrooms. They create that classroom as their home. They become teacher. They wear their saris or their dresses in that way, just to show like, okay, just to behave their teachers, right? So we really have a close impact on our students. So understanding a child and their psychology in a real classroom setting requires a combination of observation. We really need to observe a lot to them, each and every activity of them. We need to communicate a lot, and it's just an ongoing reflection. So some practical strategies which we can use in that, we can observe and listen clearly, properly. So we have to pay close attention to our students behavior, interactions and responses during classroom activities. We have to observe how they engage with tasks, their communication styles, their social interactions. You have to look for their patterns, individual differences that may shed light on their psychological needs and learning preferences, because observation is also a biggest key. When you even just look at the child eye, okay, and make eye contact and observe what he's doing, he feels like, okay, he is getting attention of his teacher, and he starts feeling happy, he starts doing something good. So you should observe deeply, and if you find anything wrong in the behavior of the child, please immediately talk to him or her and try to find out what are the causes behind it, and try to sort it out before it becomes something, turn into a big disease. So because nowadays, we cannot say that mental health issues comes after a certain age, maybe a 40 or 50. No, even a 3-year child, according to research, is under pressure, And we really need to observe it. We really need to observe every single activity of a child. So when we say observe, then we have to listen also a lot. So listening is something really very important. In today's world, everyone want to speak. Everyone want to say what is going on in his or her mind. Everyone wants to share his thought. But are you really ready to listen? Are you listening without interrupting, carefully, without using your gadgets? Um, is it like your child come to you in a class or at your home or whatsoever, as a parent or as a teacher? Do you give your 100% attention to that child? Or do you just scroll your phone and said, yes, okay, tell me what happened, how was your day? Do you do this? Or do you say, just give a hug to your child and say, yes, I am all ears. I am listening. Let me know. Are you excited every day to listen to your child? Are you? Please pay attention on the listening, because listening is an art. Everyone in this world can speak nicely, but to listen, you need good attention. You need to be super active in that way. You know, people do suicide, people go in depression just because of there's no one who can listen them. Maybe sometimes it happens that at a proper time, if you would have listened that child, the child would not have gone into depression or into mental trauma. So listening is an art which you should adopt on everyday basis. Work on it a lot, and it will help you to understand something which is not even said, right? So engage in conversations. You need to create opportunities for one-on-one conversations with your students, and as if you're parents, then for your kids. You have to use open-ended questions and active listening techniques to encourage them to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This can help them to gain insights into their psychological well-being, interest, and concerns. If you engage them in conversations, they will share more and more things with you. They'll try to understand, okay, what is there, what is I can share. you know Children go outside because they don't have anyone to listen, either at their home or their schools. They go in wrong direction only when they don't have anyone to listen, anyone to conversation, right? So you need to communicate a lot. Whenever you enter in the class, before starting your chapter, take 2 to 3 minutes, interact with the children. There are two type of interactions we do generally in the classroom. One is formal and one is informal. So till date we used to focus a lot on formal interactions, right? But according to National Education Policy 2020, NEP 2020, it has been clearly told that both kind of interactions has equal weightage in the development of the child. So when you enter into the class, for starting 2 to 3 minutes, please do have an informal interaction. Like you can ask, "How are you? How's your day going on? What did you do in the last class? Did you have your lunch? Okay, have you had fruit today?" So in that way, just interact just for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you can connect to your chapter, of course. And if you'll do that, believe me, your child will connect to you by heart, and that's what matters, right? Till the moment you won't build relationship, they won't be able to speak to you. They will always fear, if I'll share this, what my mom will say, what my mother will say. So they will always afraid. But if you need to build relationship, a positive, a trusting relationship, you need to understand them. You need to spend time with them. You need to communicate with them. So to get to know them as individuals and show genuine care, you need to put interest. You need to show interest in their lives. When even as a parent, if your child come home, please stop doing anything. Just be there, listen to him, create a safe space for them at home and at the schools. So they will be open up to share anything and everything with you. And the things which happens unfortunately in our society, like child abusing and everything, it won't happen, and at least the cases will be less if we'll put a lot of attention in that way. So we need to collaborate with colleagues. There's a story I always remember. Tom and her teacher. So there was a sorry, Harry. So there was a child named Harry, and he used to come to school in a very dirty way. He never dressed up properly. His clothes were always like um, untidy, like dirty one in that way, and no one used to like him. He used to sit alone at the back bench, and there was his teacher, and his teacher also, of course, does not used to like him a lot. And although she says all the time when she enters in the class, "I love you all," but in the inside she was knowing that she does not love. And at the time of Christmas, when everyone shared their gifts with the teacher, gave their gifts to the teacher, Harry came with a packet which was not roughly properly packed. It was just a rough piece of paper, and in that there was one bracelet with broken stones, and a perfume bottle which was half empty. And he gave it to the teacher, and teacher was surprised. What kind of gift is this? When she went to staff room, she just asked with the colleagues, and the third grade teacher told he was better in the last class. And the second class teacher suddenly appeared, and she said he was awesome in class second. And the first year class appeared, a teacher, and she said he was the topper of the class. And Miss Mary got shocked. Then what changed him? So she just went through all the results, just go through it, and realized that his mother, he lost his mother. And just after that, there was no one at his home except his father. He used to go for a work, and he has to, then Harry has to do his household chores as well, then to get ready for school, to do everything. And being alone and going into that depression, he became in that way. When the entire result reports Miss Harry was going through, she was having tears in her eyes. That how could she not get it till now? How could she not connect to a child who does not have a mother, who is looking for love? And she has just avoided that child. She started shedding tears. And that was the moment she wore that broken stone neck bracelet, bangle in her hand. And the next day, when she went to the class, she put that fragrance also. And it was not the same day. She smiled and said to everyone, "I love you all." And this time she really meant it. And when Harry came to her to submit her work, and he realized something amazing, and he said, "You smell like my mother." She just gave a hug to Harry and told, "Yes, you can treat me as your mother, and I'm there always for you." Just a statement, a small statement. And that was the day when Harry started improving. Soon he has started coming as a neat and clean child, proper uniform, proper tidy dress up, proper tidy hair, everything started going on a track. And his results also started, going up and up every day. And the sooner, at the end of the class, he was the topper. And he wrote a letter to Miss Harry by writing that, "Thank you for accepting my gift, and you will always be my mother." So years passed on, and that in that way they became in connection. Every year he used to write a letter to Miss Harry and used to tell about what he is doing in his life, um, how things are going on. He studied, he became doctor, he found a life partner, and one fine day he sent his wedding invitation to Miss Harry, and by writing it, my mom, and said, "You will be there, then only this will happen." And Miss Harry was again was having tears in her eyes, and she happily went to that wedding. And when she saw that everyone was waiting just for a special guest, and that special guest was she. So she entered in that wedding hall, and they got married. And Harry introduced to his spouse with Miss Harry that she is my mother. So that was the bonding they created just because of that single statement. Yes, I'm there as a mother. And how did she realize? She collaborated with colleagues. She talked about that child, that how did it happen, and things came out. And these kind of Harry, I have so many in my life, and I'm really blessed to be a teacher. I am not a teacher by chance. I'm teacher by choice, and I really love my profession. And I'm sure you also must be loving it a lot. So you just need to collaborate with your colleagues. Maybe a child is not performing good in your subject, and he may be the best in another one. Like NEP has also given us the chance, like even with science, you can have music, right? This is because we have to ponder, we have to nurture all the qualities of a child have. It's never about marks. It's always about the personalities a child carry, a qualities a child carry. Like it's okay if he's not good at math. Maybe he's good at music, and maybe being a boy, he's good at chef, right? The best chefs are always the men, I guess. So then you have to utilize assessment tools. So there are so many assessment tools. I won't say the formal assessments like exams. There are so many other which you can go through, like academic progress and emotional well-being, social development. You can think on, you can work on. Except formal assessment, you can go on informal observations. You should have a checklist for your self-report measures, that how students are performing in their class. Okay, and you have to reflect on students work, that how do they work. You have to look for the patterns and themes that may offer insights to their strength, weakness, and learning styles. Reflect on how their work reflects their psychological processes, and use that understanding to guide your instructional strategies. I hope I'm making sense and I'm audible. Yeah. If yes, then please let me know, Ma'am Stara. Please let me
Yeah,
know if I'm audible.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
perfectly fine from the
Thank you.
beginning.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we need to adapt teaching approaches. Actually, we are always, surrounded with students, even in online and offline classes. So we are so much fond of responses coming from that side also. And it was like, okay, I'm online or not, I just need to check it. Okay, that's perfect. So we need to adapt teaching approaches. So there should be flexibility, of course, into that. We need to work on individual student according to their needs and preferences. This is what even NEP has told. Every child has individual personality, individual needs, and preferences. You need to understand, you need to diagnose, you need to investigate, to work on it, and then you can engage them according to the activities they are looking for. You can have different psychological profiles and promote optimal learning for it. You can have feedback also. You can ask for feedback from your students. You can encourage them, like just before the session I asked my student how was it and did you like it and what are the things, like even in all session I say, if you have any feedback, positive or negative, please let me know, because there is always a chance of improvement in everybody's life till the day we are alive, right? So we need to encourage them to share their thoughts on classroom activities, teaching methods, and learning environment before thinking that how they can analyze. No, they can. They are literally more smarter than the teachers, I guess. In fact, if we are talking about Gen Z, right? So their feedback can provide valuable insights into how your teaching impacts their psychological well-being and engagement. Even as a parent, also you should ask a feedback from your child. Are you happy with us? What do you want in this? How should I do this if you're not happy with this? So this is how you can interact with them. You have to engage them in continuous professional development. Okay, so for that, you have to stay informed about current researches, best practices, child psychology, and education. You can attend workshop, conferences, webinars. You can expand your knowledge, because there is no end. Even if it as a teacher or as a parent, you need to learn. Parenting is also a lifelong journey. It's never you can stop. You can't stop at any place that okay, I'm done. I've learned a lot. No, every other situation, every other action of your child will let you know you still need to learn a lot. So this is how it goes, right? So you have to reflect on your practices. You have to regularly reflect on your teaching practices, on student psychology, and how what are the learning outcomes are coming from all this. Then you have to think about how you can refine your strategies to better meet the psychological needs of your students. So I'm talking in the both way. As a parent, also you need to reflect how you are talking to, like, with a growing child. You cannot talk this way he was about 5, right? So you need to reflect on your practices every time, that what are the changes required according to the time. Like earlier, when we were kids, our parents used to, maybe scold us, or sometimes they would have slapped. I have never got this, but it used to happen, right? But nowadays we can't hit a child, we can't even scold, we'll never be able to connect in that way. Now parents are more friendly. Fathers are in fact more friendly with the kids. Earlier in Indian society, we have seen a strong, a quiet, and something disciplined father, right? But now they are more friends to us. So we need to change. We need to reflect on our practices. So, of course, teachers plays a crucial role in supporting the overall growth and development of children. By keeping child psychology in our mind, teachers can take the following actions to promote holistic well-being of their students. And as a parent, as a teacher, in both ways, we need to work a lot. We need to study a lot. We need to attend lots of workshops. We need to do lots of activities to have the proper knowledge of child psychology, that in which situation how do we need to, you know um, how we need to speak about it, or how we need to react on that. So for that, we need to create a safe and inclusive environment for our kids. That is the utmost requirement. We need to tell them good touch, bad touch. We need to tell them psychological impact of bullying, discrimination. We have to take proactive measures to address these issues promptly. In even in puberty, there are so many changes comes in students. Um, Being an Indian, I know Indian mother never talks about their periods with the girls. But now things are changing. We need to discuss it earlier before they get that knowledge, something in a wrong way from internet, or some resources which are not healthy at all for your child. So please do connect with them. Do create safe environment with them. Talk to them, and give them individual instructions. Like in class, as I said, there may be individual needs of every child. So you need to incorporate a variety of teaching strategies, material, and assessments to cater their psychological profiles. So we need to promote autonomy and independence in that way. For that, we need to work on their problem solving skills, decision making abilities, and self regulation. This will support their psychological growth and fosters a sense of empowerment, which is must. Everyone has to work in that way, that they have their own personality, and they have to groom it in a proper way. And for that, they need to foster a sense of empowerment. So we need to foster social emotional learning, which is must SEL nowadays. So in SEL, it should come in. It is already there actually in now NEP. So we have to teach skills such as self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship building, and responsible decision making. So there are so many workshops we do about students. So as a teacher, as a parent, also you should join it, and you should connect to it. And as a parent, you both should connect on the same platform if it is related to your child. So you need to cultivate growth mindset in you and in your child also. So, how can you do it for child? You can emphasize the importance of effort and learning from mistakes. You can teach them to embrace challenges, value the process of learning, and believe in their ability to grow and improve. Like I can proudly say, the challenges those who came across into my life, because of that, what I am today. Right. So these are again the important, but it should be given in a positive attitude, in a positive way. So we have to provide emotional support. As I said, that is the most important thing. Whenever you feel like they have sign of stress, anxiety, or emotional distress, don't judge them. Don't be analytical. Don't give your order about that. Just listen to them. Listen without being judgmental. And then you'll be able to connect to them. You'll be able to soothe them, calm them. Okay. For that, you need to create positive discipline also. You have to set clear expectations. Okay, these are the rules which I need to follow. These are the rules which I don't. These are the things which I don't need. Okay, so if you will be clear in that way, you will be able to provide constructive feedback. You can encourage self-reflection and involve students in problem solving to promote their social and emotional development. You can collaborate with families as a educator. You need to connect with their parents. If there's any issue, you can talk to them, to their parents. You can share their insights, and you can share even monthly or weekly report to them. And in that way, parent and teacher together can grow, can nurture child in a very better way as alone one can do. Okay, so we have to engage in professional development also. We have to guide them time to time that what they can do in their career. There are so many options which they can adopt. We have to work on latest research and evidence based. So the greatest gift which you can give to your child is to believe in them. So Jim Warner has said this, and I strongly believe it, that you have to, of course, time you have to give it, but even if you are giving time and you are not believing your child, so it won't work. You need to believe in him, and this is the way what teachers can do to have good atmosphere in their class. They can create classroom as their home, a place where child feels like home. So in that way you can have your classrooms, so your class will look attractive, your child will be able to connect it more. You can involve them also the in the renovation of your classroom. They can connect, they can even have their thumbprints over there. They can make drawings to make it more lively, so in that way you can connect them. And as I already told, be here and now. So the power of now works everywhere. So there's a book, The Power of Now. Please go through it, and you will realize the strategies, the rules which it has been given there. The moment you will starting applying in your life will start changing, and they will be only up and up. So whatever you are doing, you just have to be in now. For example, if you are in classroom, you are just in your classroom. Don't think something is left at your home, you have not cooked, maid has come or not, my husband has gone or not. No, be where you are. As a mother, if you're talking to a child, don't think, okay, phone is coming. No, don't think that my friends are waiting or I have to do my office work. You just have to be on now. As an individual, also, if I'll take it away from child psychology, you should go and read The Power of Now book that is available on YouTube as an audiobook also. And once you'll go through it, you will realize the power of now, and you will be in that present moment. Your entire life is going to change. So you need to think like a child. It is very important. Every person has a child in it. We just need to keep it alive. Because the moment we lose that child, we become so monotonous, so boring. We don't enjoy our life. So if we don't enjoy, how we can expect a child will enjoy with us, right? So we have to, if we talk like adult, like they will not answer us properly. They will not connect us. So we have to think like a child. It's a never-ending conversation. So physically, verbally, and emotionally, we can connect more with students. This is what we required. We have to always answer questions and queries as much detail as much possible. Okay, don't try to make it short. Okay, and let their imagination make wings. Like as I said, let them imagine, let them do what they want. You have to pay attention to their imaginations, bring that creativity, explore it, and make it extraordinary. And for that, you need to give them freedom of expressions. You have to take opinion for that. It is necessary. So doing so will make him feel important. Like if any decision you are taking for your classroom or as a parent for home, you need to take their opinion also. You have to make them feel that they are important. Yes, reinforcement technique, which we learn in B.Ed, but we don't follow. But yes, it matters a lot. Praise your child as much as you can. Just a single tap on his shoulder, or just a simple hug, or just like touching the cheeks, or just a high five may give a tremendous effect, right? And at the same time, you need to give respect also as an individual. Don't think they are younger than you, right? Don't think in that way. Okay. So there are so many practical ways you can motivate to your students, and you just have to make him believe that yes, you can. This is what matters. Every child has to understand from its childhood only that yes, I can, and that's what makes will make a difference. Even if he does anything wrong, you have to say like it's okay. It's okay is the main mantra, you know. If you will say it, you should know, okay, if a child has spoiled the water, it's okay. Tell them how to clean it. Don't get panic. The moment you get panic, it goes, everything goes and vanish. Okay, so you need to work upon children flaws, and if you done does not work, just give them attention and it will be solved by itself. And for that, you just don't have to give up ever. Never give up on your child, on as a teacher or as a parent, because your job is not to judge, your job is not to um, your job is not to figure out if someone deserves something. Your job is to lift the fallen, to restore this broken, and to heal the hurting, right? So don't involve yourself in petty issues, in your staff room issues, in your family issues. Just give your time to your child, and don't put negativity in yourself. The more negative you will be, the more negative your child will be. You have to be active, you have to be healthy, and you have to be happy. Remember that child psychology is a dynamic process that requires ongoing effort, patience, and reflections. Okay, by actively observing, listening, and engaging with your students, you can gain a deeper understanding of their psychology, well being, and tailor your teaching to practice support their growth and development. Because to the world, you may be just a teacher. You know, people say, like, what you do? Just a teacher. But for your student, you are a hero. You might be the only reason a student comes to school every day. So, thank you from my side. And I hope I could justify the topic. And for anything, you can connect to me either on my mail or my contact number. And you can give your valuable, precious comments in the comment sections to give us a chance to improve more, to give us a chance to connect you more. So, thank you. Thank you so much for listening us patiently, and your all doubts and queries are welcome. Thank you so much.
Wow, Ma'am Bharati, what an amazing session we had today. So interesting. Really,
Thank you.
thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much for your contribution. Dear audience, I am very sure you have scooped many important facts, which tips also on how to manage your child. Yeah. So not every parents know how to be parents. We have to accept the fact. We are all learning every day, and we have to learn every day. Yeah. Thank you. Till we meet again in next masterclass. We are looking forward, Ma'am Bharati, to present another amazing topic. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Namaste.
much.